Mm, sì, ma posso suonarlo lo stesso, tanto sì, sì. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Radhare Jaya Giri Radhare Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to the lecture. And today, we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 7, entitled Lord Chaitanya in 5 Features, verse number 148. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna. So, Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Kshama Aparadha Purve Jekailun Nindana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Kshama Aparadha Purve Jekailun Nindana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Kshama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshadarayana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Saksharayana
Shama Aparadha Purve Kailundana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana
Vedamaya Murti Tumi Saksharayana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana
Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana Vedamaya Murti Tumi Sakshat Narayana Shama Aparadha Purve Jekailundana Vedamaya,
Vedamaya
transformation of the Vedic knowledge.
Transformation of Vedic
Murti,
Murti
form.
Form
Tumi,
Tumi
you.
You
Sakshat,
Sakshat
directly.
Directly
Narayana,
Narayana
the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Supreme Personality of God.
Kshama,
Shama
excuse.
Excuse
Aparadha,
Aparadha
offense.
Offense.
Purve,
Purve
before.
Before
Ye,
Ye
that.
That
Kailun,
Kailun
we have done.
We have done
Nindana,
Nindana
criticism.
Criticism
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here, all the Mayavadi sannyasis are speaking in front of Lord Chaitanya. Dear Sir, you are the Vedic knowledge personified and are directly Narayana himself. Kindly excuse us for the offenses we previously committed by criticizing you. Purport. The complete path of Bhakti Yoga is based upon the process of becoming humble and submissive. by the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the Mayavadi sannyasis were very humble and submissive after hearing his explanation of the Vedanta Sutra, and they begged to be pardoned for the offense they had committed by criticizing the Lord for simply chanting and dancing and not taking part in the study of the Vedanta Sutra. We are propagating the Krishna consciousness movement simply by following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We may not be very well versed in the Vedanta Sutra aphorisms and may not understand their meaning, but we follow in the footsteps of the Acharyas, and because of our strictly and obediently following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is to be understood that we know everything regarding the Vedanta Sutra. I repeat the verse. Vedamaya murti tumi sakshat narayan kshama aparada purve kailum nindan. Dear sir, you are very knowledge personified and are directly Narayana himself. Kindly excuse us for the offenses we previously committed by criticizing you. O Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Nadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saharana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Shakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So I feel grateful for this opportunity of trying to say something about Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, even though I am not at all qualified to speak of such an advanced topic and literature. Actually, they told me the verse was supposed to be 168, but it's okay because it's all related to the same topic. So we will try to say something with the permission of all of you. So this first part of Adilila is very important because in this part of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first part, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami establishes the truth about who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita means the nectarian pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So before starting narrating these nectarian pastimes, he is pointing out who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that we understand the importance of this book and don't take Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a great personality who lived in the history and make some great contribution without understanding the deep philosophy behind Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. So he starts Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita with the Mangalacharan, 14 verses that explain the truth about the Panchatattva. So the first 6 verses speak about who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then the next 5 verses speak of Nityananda Prabhu. Then the next 2 verses speak about who is Advaita Prabhu, and then the 14th verse speaks about the whole Panchatattva. And this 7th chapter is called Lord Chaitanya in 5, is the explanation of the 14th verse, the verse speaking about the Panchatattva, which is a very famous verse. Please repeat after me. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So, Bhakta or Bhakti? Do you know? Bhakta Shaktikam or Bhakti Shaktikam? I always forget. Bhakti Shaktikam. Okay, thank you. In this, all these chapters are explanations of these 14 verses. And this 7th chapter is the explanation of the 14th verse. And after explaining the position of the Panchatattva, so how every member of the Panchatattva is representing specific personality or energy of the Lord, he starts narrating about one pastime, actually the first pastime, which is described in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in which Lord Chaitanya is distributing the mercy of Krishna liberally to everyone. He says, what is the reason of Lord Chaitanya's appearing in this world? Is to give everyone the rarest gift, which is love of Krishna. When Krishna came to the earth 5,000 years ago, he came, he performed his pastimes, and then he left us Bhagavad Gita, and then when he left this world, there was Srimad Bhagavatam, but actually nobody understood really Krishna and the great opportunity that in this Kali Yuga we have got. So Krishna, and this is explained in the previous chapter by Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, thought, I should do something to make people understand what a great opportunity they have in this special Yuga. Because actually, Krishna that appeared 5,000 years ago is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Is not an incarnation, is the source of incarnations. Actually, Krishna himself, Swayam Bhagavan, only comes in this earth once in a day of Brahma. So, how many yugas are there in one day of Brahma? Anybody remembers? One day of Brahma is composed of 1,000 Chatur Yuga. That means 1,000 times Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So this is one day, 12 hours, and then one night, same. So it means 8,464 for 8,640,000,000 years is one day of Brahma. And Krishna himself, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, is appearing once in a day of Brahma. It means that the Krishna which appears in all the other yugas in this planet Earth is not Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, is an incarnation of Krishna. But he comes only once in the day of Brahma. So in the Dvapara Yuga, before this Kali Yuga, Krishna appeared as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. And actually the most important of all Srimad Bhagavatam, the Paribhasha Sutra, is Ete Chamsha Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. It's establishing this point that the Krishna there's in this millennium is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. And nobody understood that. So Krishna thought, I have to do something so that people can take advantage of this special period. So he said, how can I do that? And then he said, I have to come as a devotee of Krishna to show the path how to become devotees of Krishna. Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita say, yes, surrender unto me. And somebody could say, yeah, very easy. Yeah, you say like this, but to do it is not so easy. So for you, it's easy to say like this. So Krishna comes and says, no, I'm doing also this. So you please follow me and I will show you how to do. Srila Prabhupada is making the example just like a teacher to his students, the elementary school, sits with them and starts A, B, C, very simple, and practices with them, even if the teacher already knows how to write ABC, but to show to the children, he is doing the simple thing. So Sri Chaitanya is Krishna himself who comes to teach the world how to surrender to Krishna, how to become devotees of Krishna, and then enter the most exalted part of the spiritual sky, which is Goloka Vrindavan, or Goloka Dhama actually, which is not available, not accessible in all the other yugas. When Krishna comes as an expansion and as a normal incarnation, he gives access to Vaikuntha planets. But to Goloka Vrindavan, only when Swayam Bhagavan Krishna comes, we have access. And so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to distribute this Raja Prema, this love for Krishna of Vrindavan to everyone, even to the most fallen people of this world. And the Panchatattva, they made no distinction. Patra patra vichar nahi sthana sthan, jai tanna pai tanna kore premadan. Patra patra, they didn't see, oh, this is a fit candidate. That is not fit to receive the mercy of Krishna. This is he's eating meat. This is a yogi vegetarian, so he deserves, and this other doesn't deserve. Yeah, no, they made no distinction. Patra pat vichar nahi sthana sthan. And even, oh, this is a pure place, so I will go there and distribute, and that's contaminated, so I will not go there. No, we see like devotees who distribute books, who on Harinam, they go even to the most degraded areas where actually one should not go, because only by seeing certain things or entering a certain atmosphere, normally we would become contaminated. But the mercy of the Panchatattva is so great that they went to everyone and anyone, and they made no distinction. But after this verse, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, but there were some people who would not accept the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And who were those people? Anybody suggesting? Mayavadis, and great philosopher, because they thought they knew everything. So these people are very strange, they're chanting and dancing, so we don't want to have anything to do with them. So Sri Chaitanya was very unpleased to see that they were not getting the mercy, this kind of people. And so he tried to arrange something in order to deliver them. One day when he was going to Vrindavan, he stopped for some time at the house of Chandrasekhara Acharya in Varanasi. And that was at that time the most, the place where all Mayavadis were staying. So he spent some time there, and Chandrasekhara and Tampal Mishra were sorry because the rumors were coming and criticisms were coming that all the Mayavadis were criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers for not being real sannyasis, because a sannyasi is supposed to be studying Vedanta, be very serious, silent meditation, look for impersonal liberation. And these people are going out, chanting, dancing, behaving like mad people. And so they said, yeah, they are not real, authentic people, Hare Krishnas. So Sri Chaitanya was staying there, and one Brahmana came inviting him to an assembly of all the sannyasis. He said, please come, I am arranging at my home this meeting with all the sannyasis. So there are also sannyasis, so please come and join us and bless us with your presence. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed to go to this meeting. And when he arrived at the place, he washed his feet in the place where everybody was washing their feet. And then he sat there without entering the room of the meeting. And he just sat in that dirty place very peacefully. And the other sannyasis remained astonished to see where is he sitting. I mean, that's not a nice place. And so they went to him and said, look, come inside, please. Sit with us. You have also been invited. And they were moved by beauty. They remained really, really astonished to see his effulgence, his beauty. And by his humility also, because he was very humble. It's not that he just spoke the Trinada Pisunichana verse, but he was incarnate, and he was really conveying this great sense of humility, being the perfect devotee. So they were quite surprised, and then they invited him inside. And then Prakashananda Saraswati starting to debate with him. What are you doing? You don't behave like an ideal sannyasi. You should do Vedanta, meditation, austerity, fast, and nothing else. And what is all this chanting and dancing? So Sri Chaitanya, in answering to Prakashananda Saraswati, started the story of his own life. And he said, yeah, I actually was thinking also like that. But then one day, I went to my spiritual master, Ishvara Puri, and he told me, Murkha tumi tomar nahi Vedanta adhikar, Krishna mantra japa sada ei mantra sa. You are a fool, number one, Murkha tumi, and tomar nahika Vedanta adhikar, and you don't have the qualification to study Vedanta. You will not understand anything of Vedanta. And it's interesting because Ishvara Puri is saying, you are a fool to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Personality of Godhead that says in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedas cha sarvair aham vidyod, I am to be known by all the Vedas, I am the compiler of Vedanta. And here it is, Ishvara Puri saying, you are a fool, murkha tumi, is a quite strong word actually to say to somebody, murkha tumi. And nahika Vedanta adhikar. In this age, nobody is qualified to study Vedanta, to understand Vedanta. Krishna japa sada e mantra sara. But what you should do is to always chant the name of Krishna, mantra sara, which contains the essence of all the other mantras, of all the Vedic knowledge. And so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was defeated like this by his spiritual master. And then he continued telling the sannyasis that then I started chanting, and suddenly I started feeling spiritual emotions and trembling of the body, perspiration, and all kinds of strange symptoms appeared in my body. I started dancing like a madman and going here and there. So I went back to my Gurudev and I said, look, what kind of mantra did you give me? This is making me be mad. And Ishvara Puri told him, yeah, it means you have reached perfection already. I'm very, very pleased with you, very proud to have such a good disciple, because it means you're developing the symptoms of love of Krishna. And then Sri Chaitanya said, then my Guru Maharaj instructed me, repeating more and more times one verse and saying that this verse is the essence of all the Srimad Bhagavatam. Isn't it interesting? Like Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses. What is the essence of all the Srimad Bhagavatam? And Sri Chaitanya said, yeah, my Guru told me this is the essence of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Evam vratasva priyanama kitya jatanurago druta chitta uchai hasatya tori roti gayati unmadava nrityati lokabhaya. He said, in this verse is found in the 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that when somebody evam vratasva priyanama kirtya makes a solemn vow to chant the name of Krishna, which the name which is most dear to him, then what happens? Jai Shishi Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai, Shishi Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Shishi Govardhan ki Jai. Then what happens? That Jatanurago Druta Chitta Uchai, the heart that before was hard like a stone by due to the unlimited suffering that we experienced in all this material world, all the illusion, all the difficulties that we went through, the problems, the heart has dried up, has become hard. So when we chant with a solemn vow the name of the Lord, then this chanting is melting the heart, is making the heart more soft. And hasati atoroditi roti gayati. And as a result of that, one starts laughing, smiling, and dancing, and chanting loudly, and trembling. And unmadava nrityati lokabhaya. And even if he is behaving like a mad person, he is not interested, lokabhaya, in what others are thinking about him. In other words, he becomes Lord in the transcendental platform, and he becomes transcendental to all the opinions of normal criticizers and people who are not understanding his position. And believe it or not, Ishwari said that this is Bhagavate Rasara, the essence of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And actually, yeah, we can see that when devotees chant the holy name, like before Prabhu did a wonderful kirtan, and everyone was smiling, everyone was chanting, was dancing, and if some people from the neighborhood would pass and see us in the windows, what would he think? Crazy people, this is not the time where you should dance like this. It was yesterday night at the disco that you are supposed to dance like this. But at the 8:30 of the morning, it's another time. You should sleep or go to work. But these people are crazy. But we see that then, after all week, what they do, try to also go to the disco and chant, because that's what we want to do, to chant, be happy and dance. But to do that, they have to drink a lot of alcohol, because they have to forget all the problems of life, and they have to out of their hellish mentality. But if we chant the holy name of Krishna, then we naturally develop the same, not the same, better happiness than the one that everybody is looking for and is trying to experience in this world. So this is a very important story that is narrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because it makes us understand the essence, the Yuga Dharma, the method for realizing ourselves in this age of Kali. Fortunately, it is not the Vedanta Sutra. So when Sri Chaitanya narrated this story, then the Mayavadi sannyasis said, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then why don't you study Vedanta Sutra like us? And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replies by saying, you know, Vedanta Sutra is speaking mostly about impersonal liberation. But impersonal liberation is not the ultimate goal. And actually, Kaivalyam Narakayate, for one who has received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it is said that impersonal liberation is like going to hell. Because in the impersonal liberation, we annihilate our individuality and we have no opportunity to experience the bliss that comes from a relationship between two individuals as do in bhakti. So Sri Chaitanya points out that the essence of life is developing of Krishna, and in Srimad Bhagavatam we get the means how to obtain love of Krishna. And actually in the beginning of Bhagavatam, Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo niranam satam. All other cheating kind of religiosity, spiritual practices are kicked out from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And that also includes the impersonal paths. They're removed from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is directly speaking about the Panchama Purushartha, which is the most exalted goal of life, which is Prema Pumarto Mahan, love of Krishna. So in this verse that we read today, finally, the Mayavadi sannyasis actually understood it, and they became aware of their previous mistakes. And they asked for excuse, they apologized with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Prabhupada in the purport says that this is essential bhakti yoga to develop this submissiveness and this humility. It's not something that we may or not develop. If we do not develop submissiveness and humility, we cannot go far in devotional service. And that's the power of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was able to make even these very staunch Mayavadis change and become of how things are working. And so it is only with this unity that we can really start the process of surrender. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this book called Sharanagati, in which he sings very beautifully about the 6 limbs of surrender. And the introductory song of this is called Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Vedoya Kori, and says that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has manifested the most has given the greatest mercy to the fallen people of this world by coming to teach them the way of surrender. Because it's by surrender that we can get Krishna Prema. It's like if I offer you something valuable, but you already have something in your hands, what should you do? First, throw away the thing that you have and then accept what I'm giving you. So to get this most exalted gift that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, a soul needs to, first of all, surrender. So leave the false identity that doesn't allow him or her to get full benefit of this gift. So, and what are 6 limbs? The first one is Dainya, which means humility. Dainya Atma Nivedan, Goptritve Varan. The second one is a total surrender, dedication of body, mind, and words in the service of the Lord. And all the others, we know them. accepting what is favorable, rejecting what is unfavorable, and in firm conviction that Krishna will maintain us and Krishna will protect us. These six are the six ways, limbs of surrender. But everything starts with dainya, with humility. And the Mayavadi sannyasis, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, could understand his real identity. And they are saying him, Vedamaya Murti to me, Saksha Narayan. You are Lord Narayan himself. So you are that Narayana. And usually between sannyasis, Mayavadis, they call them Narayana. And they have this verse saying, Dangrahana matrena nara narayano bhavet. That when somebody becomes a sannyasi, dandagrahana, when he accepts this stick of a naro narayana bhavet, a man becomes Narayana. And this is a total nonsense. But they have this saying in some parts of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Prabhupada quotes this Mayavadi verse. And they think, yeah, when one becomes a sannyasi, he becomes at the same level of Narayana. And then between them, they call Narayana, how are you? But here they are saying, no, you are Saksha Narayan, directly Narayana himself. We are not Narayana. And Ama aparada purve je kailun nindan. Please excuse us for the offenses that we have done in your regard. And that's important, to become honest and recognize our faults, our misunderstandings, our mistakes, because in this way we can clean up our karma and proceed. Otherwise, if we try to cover up, no, I always did good, I never did any mistake, I'm okay, you're okay, let's go together. No, we should understand, I am not good. So I did a lot of mistakes, many offenses. And also in the Shikshashtakam, we see that the right mentality to chant Trinada Pisunichana is first the second verse, which says, I don't have any taste, I don't have any attachment, I make offenses while chanting. So that's the point, starting point to then develop Trinada Pisunichana. And so to make this step, it's required a spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada was asked by one disciple, but in Shikshashtakam, there is no mention of accepting a spiritual master. It's the essence of all the knowledge that Sri Chaitanya has come to give, but he doesn't mention that we should accept a spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada said, yeah, Trinanichana means that we should understand somebody who corrects you, who tells you, no, you are not doing good. And even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself accepted a spiritual master and was told, Murkha Tumi, and he didn't reply, who do you think you are? I am Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I am the Mahaprabhu. You are just a tiny soul. No, he said, yeah, you're right. So, and that's an essential part of devotional service. And if we also adopt that mentality, we can make tangible progress in the path of devotional service and reach the ultimate goal of life and obtain the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Once Srila was with his early disciples in New York, and we know that he had this picture of the Panchatattva. So he said, you see, also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a hippie, yeah, like you know? And he came to save. But with his Bengali accent, it was not save, was could also was the same way he pronounced shave. So he said, he came to save you and shave you. So yeah, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in this Kali Yuga to save us and to shave us, to let us free from all this useless identifications and nonsense philosophy that we were following, and brought us to the path which leads us to the goal of life, which is love of Krishna. And this movement is ISKCON movement. Srila Prabhupada says at the end of this chapter is actually an expansion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree of devotional service. And like Sri Chaitanya came to this world, then he delegated to the 6 Goswamis, you go to Vrindavan and you spread the movement there. Then to Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, you go to Bengal and you spread there. And then Srila Prabhupada says, but then he left the task of the rest of the world to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we have been really blessed to be part of this revolutionary movement, and we should try to practice ourselves the process and then distribute it to others. That's not so complicated, but takes effort and dedication. So yeah, these are a few words I could say. Thank you for your kind attention. I don't know what time we are supposed to end the class. Okay. Is there any? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
One point came to my mind. We're saying one of the 10 offenses to preach the glories of the holy name for someone who has no or intelligence, something like this.
Yeah.
In the subject. Still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to the Mayavadis who are like the most or the least have having faith in the holy name. So, did you ever think about this?
Yeah, thank you for raising this point. Actually, fortunately, yesterday, before going to sleep, I read one interesting article from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur about envy, where at the end he was touching this point, and I want to read it to you, because he was saying that actually to become ultimately free from envy, we should chant purely, and was translating the 10 offenses into positive. So he was saying we should glorify the devotees, not thinking that the holy name is the same, the name of Vishnu is the same as all the other names. We should obey the order of the spiritual master, etc. Mentioning all the 10 offenses. And about the offenses of instructing the faithless, I was struck with his statement. It's interesting. So I will read all of them. There are just 10. By his very nature, the person who is without envy, 1, does not make offenses to sadhus. 2, does not consider the demigods to be independent, for his intelligence is absorbed in Krishna, yet he does not disrespect them. 3, shows appropriate respect to the spiritual preceptors. 4, appropriately honors the Bhakti Shastras, which include the Shruti, etc. 5, gives up unnecessary arguments and develops the faith that Nama and Nami are non-different. He considers the holy name as the highest worshipable reality. 6, does not engage in sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 7, does not consider pious activities such as dharma, vows, austerities, etc. to be equal to the holy name. 8, and that's the point, even if in our Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada puts it as a 9th, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur switches them. He says, makes an effort to develop faith in the faithless, but does not instruct them about the name until that faith has awakened. And that's interesting, because it means that we should try to make people develop faith, so that then they will be able to accept the more intimate topics. But we shouldn't go directly to the intimate topics before they have the proper ground. Otherwise, the seed cannot grow in their heart. So what we should try to do is to make people positive and friendly with us and respecting us and the process. And then when they get a little purified, then they are able to accept more intimate and exalted topics. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did this. Like, he didn't go to the Mayavadis saying, you should do like this, the holy. He just narrated his own story. He was not aggressive with them. He said, I was also thinking like you, that a sannyasi should study Vedanta, but my story is this. My guru said to me, you are a fool. And by saying this, he is alluding that all the other Mayavadis are fools, but it doesn't directly, you are all fools. He's saying, I was told that I am a fool. And then he explains the story, and just by hearing him with respect, and because before they had appreciated his beauty and his humility, and they invited him inside, they made some step towards him. So they showed some respect, some faith appreciation. In this way, they were able to hear him with the right attitude, then accept developing faith, and then they were ready. They were purified. Of course, with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everything is very fast but maybe for us to instruct people would take a little more than just half a day or a few hours. And so, yeah, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says like this. And 9, has complete faith in the glories of the holy name that is described in the Shastras. 10, does not identify himself with material conceptions. O readers, non-enviousness alone is liberation, enviousness is entanglement. Thus, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Chaitanya Charitra Shuno Shraddha Bhakti Kari Matsarya Charya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Endowed with full faith and devotion, listen to the life work of Sri Chaitanya. Cast aside envy and let your mouth sing. Hari Hari! Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to add something? Okay, yeah. So let's end here. So Grantaraj Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Shrimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Samaveta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.